Everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Theoni with Thrifty Divas, and this is going to be part one of I don't know how many first 10 days of the Greece vlog. We're going to start in New York and go 10 days. So here is mine and little man's luggage all ready to go. I am also packing him a booster car seat to bring that will stay in Greece. Here we are on the plane. Little man's checking out the games. He's a very good traveler. Now, if you take a look over here, general departure delays, something was going on with the weather for other flights, and we waited almost 2 hours in the plane before we took off. So little man got hungry and had a little tuna snack. Then we took off, and a couple hours later, dinner was served. I was very surprised by the actual metal flatware, which was a nice surprise. Dinner itself was not so good. It was pretty nasty, actually, but that's fine. After that, little man had himself a good nap. I personally can't sleep on planes. We are almost to Munich, and in the meantime, I have a pro tip for you. If you watch anything on the plane that'll scare your child, put a safety manual on the side. They'll never know. Here we are in Munich during our layover, and here we are on our second flight, which is only 2 hours and 45 minutes. Little man chose to draw. And here we are landing in Rhodes, finally. We went out to eat and then came back. And this is my first evening at our house. And I'm just kind of looking around, taking in all the sights and sounds. That's my bedroom balcony. And this is home for the next 32 days, I believe it is in total. Here, this is my stepfather's last full day. This was our second day here, his last full day here. So we went to the beach for him to spend some time with little man, and we watched the sunset, and they had a grand old time together.
Rock you can find.
Now my stepfather's gone. This is the second full day. I bought this pool for little man last year and never got to blow it up because it was 5 days before we left. My mom told me not to. But day 2, here I am. Well, it's day 3 technically. Blowing it up, filling it up for him, and it's quite a nice spot, and he's loving it. The same night, I went to the beach to actually watch the sunset. I timed it according to when sunset would be and watched it for about 2 or 3 minutes until it fully set. So I'm just sharing that with you guys here so you can watch that as well. The next day, we went to one of my favorite beaches on the island, and I'm just capturing my mom and little man fighting the waves and having a blast. He's wearing his goggles because the salt water burns his eyes. But this was super fun, and they loved it. That night, we went out to dinner. We know this dog from last year. Her name is Bella. She's from England and she is an English sheepdog and she dances. I had to mute the music for copyright, but she does in fact dance and she is a sight to see. She's 9 years old and she's just the most amazing thing. She's dancing for everyone. Then the next day, we started here on the left and took a trip all the way around and down to where my aunt and my uncle built their house. And on the way there, we stopped at Panagia, Tsambika, the lower one, if you're familiar. We didn't do the 350-step climb, not with little man, but my mom really wanted to go in to light a candle. So here we are, and I'm just going to kind of show you around a little bit here as well. This tree over here became the topic of conversation. We couldn't believe how huge it was. Little man was asking my mom how old she thinks it is, and we still don't know what type it is. But it is giant. And my mom wanted to get some pictures of little man next to it. So here's the actual church. And here we are inside. Let's take a little look around. So, Katsikakia, bravo. We just came down to use the bathroom at the church and look at the view and all the little goats. My goodness, this is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
Look at all the goats poo. That is a lot of goat poo.
Not a bad view for going to use the bathroom, huh?
Yeah.
And here's the bathroom. And here is just a little bit of the view of our almost 2-hour drive heading over to my aunt and uncle's. This is the aunt and uncle that lived in my house while their house was being built. We went out for lunch on the beach, and here are some octopus drying at the restaurant. Back at my uncle's house, there are these 3 horses that kept gracing us with their presence. They're not wild, they are owned, but they were really, really fun to watch and unexpected. So here are the 3 beautiful horses just grazing, living their best life. This is the next night, and I decided I was going to cook my mom dinner. Don't know what it is, but I can tell you it's going to be delicious. She is a vegetarian, keep that in mind. So I'm starting off with some fresh pressed olive oil and some sliced garlic. To that, I'm going to add a whole bunch of red onion, and we're going to cook that down so that it caramelizes and gets a nice sweet flavor. So we'll just let that go for quite a while. It's looking pretty good. And then to that, I'm adding some mushrooms and some zucchini. And we're gonna let that cook down and absorb all the flavors also. Then I'm going to add a cut up fresh tomato, just for a little more flavor. And I'm adding a spoonful of paste to give it a little richness. And then finally, we will add our crushed tomatoes. To that, I'm adding a little bit of sea salt, a pinch of oregano, and I always like to add a little Parmesan into my sauces for a nice, richer, fuller body flavor. Stir that around. We'll let that simmer just a little bit. And in the meantime, I made a horiatiki salad, traditional Greek, no lettuce. And here's the finished product with some whole wheat penne and some shaved kefalotiri on top. And here's little man's plate. Looks a little different. Look at this. Look at the cheesy, delicious goodness. My mom loved it, so it's a win. Here we are the following morning. Little man is enjoying some honey Cheerios. Good morning, everyone. My hair's a mess. This is what happens when I take a shower before bed and go to sleep with wet hair with no product. Also, side note, the water here is so hard. Very hard water. It's making my hair so dry. I've looked into bringing hard water shampoo and conditioner next year. But anyway, so today's the 4th of July. Happy 4th of July. We leave for another island today called Halki. I've never been there. My mom's been there 2 or 3 times already. So my mom, myself, and little man are heading there this evening. The ferry leaves. It's 50 minutes, 50. So I have to go pack for that. And my mom leaves on the 12th in the morning. I feel like time is going so quickly. And then Brett arrives on the 13th. So that kind of starts the second leg of the vacation. That'll be fun. So they completely miss each other. My stepfather was here for one full day, and then left the next morning. So there's been a lot of change throughs, I guess. We've just been kind of relaxing. We still have a few things on the list to definitely do before my mom leaves that she wants to do. The ancient site, which I know we'll do again with Brett because he loves it. She wants to go back to the old city one more time. And just things like that. But I'm excited to see this new island. We're staying tonight and tomorrow night there. So today's Tuesday, we're coming back Thursday. And yeah, that's basically it. I just wanted to come on and touch base. Not too much to update you on. It's just relaxing and beach and taking care of the house. I had my the carpenter come yesterday. He's designing a closet for my room, so that's exciting. Because I realized my dresser and 2 nightstands is a little tight for myself, Brett, and little man when he gets here. So he's gonna build a huge closet for me, and it might be done by the time I leave, he said. So that'll be cool too. And that's it. Let me show you something in the yard because I'm looking at it right now. If you saw last summer's vlog, there's been a little bit of a change. Let me show you. If you remember last summer, all of these planters here had citrus trees in them. My mom took them out and they switched them to cannas in most of them. My hand is messing it up. And then, I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. Then if you look all the way back there, that is an orange king, I don't know how to say it, bougainvillea. We went to visit my aunt and uncle on the other side of the island the other day. It was almost a 2-hour drive. It was crazy. But this guy came by in a truck, which you'll see often here, selling ceramic pots and flowers and like plants. So we fell in love with that. So we brought it home. It was a fun drive. I have to show you what that looked like because this thing is crazy. It's like 5-6 feet tall. But that's going to look nice because it's a climbing, you know, it's going to stretch all along the wall and stuff. And then let me show you the pots. We fell in love with this one because of the dolphins. So we got that one. And I know it's a little far away, but we also chose that one. We actually got 2 of each. My aunt kept a set of the exact same ones too. So yeah, that's where we got that plant from. But that's going to be it for now. We're going to go up in a little bit and pack an overnighter for myself and little man. And then we'll take the boat. It's exciting. So you guys will come with, I promise. See you in a little bit. Speaking of that new plant I just showed you, my mom tells me shortly thereafter that she wants to go to the nursery and buy another one and another plant for one of the planters we bought, and I don't know. That's what she wants to do. I'm in the car. I'm waiting for my mom and little man, and that's what we're doing before the ferry. It is now 12:40. We're going to the nursery. I'll show you guys when we get there. See what she picks out. Oh, these are pretty. That's bougainvillea right there. Yeah, we're looking for bigger ones back here with the owner. Oh, look how cute. More cannas. These are pretty too. These are pretty too. I don't know what any of this is. We need Yaya. We need Yaya. She's the plant whisperer. So much to choose from. It's so cool being here, you know, because it's all stuff that like we don't have in New York or that would never survive. But here we have it. What's what, baby? I have no idea. No idea at all.
This one has a hole in it.
Oh, this is basil.
That one has a
Ew, are these? I was gonna say bleeding heart, but I don't think so. I know nothing. Peppers?
Μία φορά στη εβδομάδα.
Καλά, εντάξει, τώρα
Πολύ
Look how
μεγάλο.
cheap. Look how cheap. €5.
έχει ένα θάμνο, δεν έχει.
Insane. Insane.
Εσύ καλοπάτια δεν μπορεί να είναι κατευθείαν.
It's jasmine. Oh, these are cute too. I love this. So cute. €3. We are getting 2 of those for the dolphin planter, that for the shallow planter, the plumeria, and he's going to deliver one of those taller bougainvilleas on Friday. Now we just need some dirt.
Καλησό.
So my mom is a machine, and we've been home for 2 seconds, and she planted that in that planter. We're going to ask the landscaper to plant the plumeria right there in that corner so that it has room to get huge. Planting both of those in the dolphin pot would have been overcrowding, so we chose the white for the dolphin pot, and then we had a lavender that didn't make it, so we pulled out the lavender and we're putting the pink one of those in the middle of 2 other lavenders. My mom actually changed her mind on the plumeria. She said she thinks she wants it in this corner. Okay. We're all packed up and ready to head out to the boat. Pink is mine, purple is my mom's, and a beach bag. Here's a look at the route that we are taking, that red middle point there on the island of Rhodes, Camino Scala, and then we will be heading to the left over to that other island called Halki, and that takes about 50 minutes. So here we are, arriving at the port. We're going to walk down and get our boarding passes. We do have reservations, though. We just need our boarding passes. This is where we get our boarding passes from. This is just a look around the port that we're leaving from in Camino Scala. We've eaten here several times. And this scared the life out of me. There's a giant goat in the bed of a truck. It had water and everything. It actually ended up going on one of the ferries. I watched it. Here is our boat coming in around the bend there. It's called the Fendon, I believe was the name of it. Fedon, yes. Here it is. And there's a little puppy on board. We leave our bags there. We're on a boat. And we set off to Halki. I'm on a boat. So here's some of the scenery along the trip. Yeah, having a moment with little man. Now up next is one of the most amazing things we had ever seen. Look closely, there are dolphins jumping in the water. This was a huge deal for all of us because none of us had ever seen it, including my mom, who's taken this very trip several times. So just keep on looking. There's more than one of them. And then towards the end of this clip, you want to look towards the back because there's one lone one still going and jumping for us. Here are some of the caves on the way, which is really cool. And now we are actually approaching Halki. We're starting to see it off in the distance, but I'm just going to take a pan around also. Here's little man, living his best life. And here we are entering the port for Halki. This is pretty much it. Halki has a very interesting history. There's the whole top of the island, which is abandoned. Hundreds of years ago, everybody kind of left because of work-related things. There are 300 year-round residents on this island, and that is all. And sadly, the school just closed because there was not enough children. Here we are, pulling up to disembark. We are walking up to our rental. Everything is up here. Hello. See these stairs? Okay. I can't even show you all the way down from where we came, but we came from very, very down, and the kitties are looking at us, but we can see the water, so it's beautiful. Okay, we got to the villa, and boy, am I tired. Everything is very high up, and that's heavy. Okay, we're here. Let's go check it out. Of course we do. This is the kitchen. I mean, the view from the terrace is fantastic. That is why we picked this place. We are walking along the harbor to go eat, and look at all the sea urchin. Wow. This is crazy. Wow. And here I'm just going to show you a couple of the really cool structures. We went for a walk at night because my mom wanted to bring food to the cat feeding station. So, change of plans. It is currently around 10 o'clock in the morning on Wednesday. So as soon as we got to our, I don't want to call it a villa. That was the name. It was Villa something. But as soon as we got to the rental, we checked all the rooms out, and it turned out that my mom's bedroom's AC was completely broken. So that was pretty insane. There was no AC in the kitchen. There was just a working AC in the bedroom that little man and I shared with 2 twin beds. And my mom had gone with my stepfather in June, and it was much cooler. So if you see the footage of the island, it's basically built onto the side of a rock, and it goes up. Everything was a climb, as you could also see. And it was just super hot. 80-something% humidity. You know, everybody always says Greece is a dry heat. I've always disagreed, and this proved it. So we were originally going to spend the 2 nights there and come back on Thursday. And while we were out to dinner last night, my mom was like, do you guys just want to go to the beach tomorrow and then take the 4:30 ferry home? And I was like, yeah, sure. Great, no problem. Well, we woke up this morning at like 7:30, and I'm looking at my phone, and there was an extreme weather advisory, 89% humidity already at 7:30 in the morning. And my mom was like, and I showed her, and she's like, oh wait, you want to leave like in the morning? I'm like, I wouldn't mind. So she ran down to the ticket office and was able to get us tickets on a different boat, not the one we took, but a bigger, like real ferry type. And we caught the 8:30. We ran like maniacs. We packed up. We ran like literally at no time. My mom woke up with like a splitting headache this morning, because of the heat and all. So I didn't mind coming back. And to get to the beach there, you have to climb up and up and up and walk. And even my mom had said, like when I showed her the weather and she felt it and everything, she said she couldn't even picture us lugging up to the beach too. So I was happy to be home. I loved that ferry ride back to Rhodes, back to my island. And it felt like 20 degrees cooler as we pulled into the port. And we're back home. So yeah, change of plans, but I'm happy. So we'll just go to the beach in Rhodes today. All right, that's that. My mom and little man are napping, and I'm doing laundry. And I think that's gonna end the first 10 days. I'll pick up the second 10 days when they wake up from their nap and we carry on with our day.